Welcome to day 60, crazy, of hiking northbound from Mexico to Canada. We are just north of Grand Lake. I am taking the Big Meadows Trail, which is the Rocky Mountain National Park cutoff. It's behind me. So this trail is about 4.2 miles before it reconnects to the CDT, whereas if I did Rocky Mountain, it would be 25 miles. And not only can I not do that mileage in one day yet, haven't gotten up to 25, they require bear canisters and a permit to camp in there. So yeah, I just didn't want to deal with the logistics of that, and I'm not fast enough to get through there in one day. So we're doing this. Also, I've heard it's like a lot of what you're seeing here, a lot of burn area, a lot of blowdowns. And you know, I've had enough of that the last few days. Just saying that I went to Rocky Mountain National Park is not worth, you know, all the logistics. And also I think it climbs back up to 12,000 feet, which no thank you. No thank you. So as you guys saw from the last video, I did a Nero in Grand Lake. Not my favorite pit stop. Maybe that's on me for picking, like, you know, getting a room instead of sleeping at the community center. The room was pricey, the Wi-Fi was bad, as I mentioned, so yeah, it was really frustrating. I had 3 videos edited and ready to go. I started loading them last night, and yeah, I woke up this morning and they were only like 20 or 30%. So then I just spent the last 3 or 4 hours at the local library, which was really cute, by the way. Definitely recommend the Grand Lake Library. Super wonderful. And the Wi-Fi was decent, but it took 4 hours almost for just one video to finish uploading. So unfortunately, we'll be a little behind schedule. I mean, obviously by the time you guys see this, things should be back to normal in terms of the flow, but yeah, I didn't love that. It's a very expensive town. Yeah, the gear shop, the used gear shop, other side, I think is what it's called. They're really nice at a hiker box for CDT hikers, and they made a mean latte, so I did a decaf oat milk latte. It was wonderful, and he gave me a CDT hiker discount, so that was cool. It's now 2:30, so let's get the day started. Look at the baby little strawberries. Come on. So cute. Okay, I am 7.9 in. It's almost 6:30. And my backpack is full. My right foot is hurting, but it's been really lovely walking since leaving Grand Lake. The trails have been really well graded, and there's been a lot of trail maintenance done on them, like with really beautiful like bridges and little step downs and things like that. So that's been really nice. I'm still in the boundaries of the Rocky Mountain National Park, so trying to get another 2.3 down the road here to get into the wilderness, and then at that point it's just going to be the first place I can find a camp, which will probably be mosquito infested since the trail runs along the river for quite a while. So good day. Just listening to a new book I downloaded and listened to a couple podcasts. It's been a really good hike so far today. Okay, I made it into the National Forest and found this nice campsite at about 9.75 in, which is not a terrible ton of mileage, but I got a late start today. Mosquitoes are bad, as you can see, so I'm actually going to put a jacket on in order to get this camp set up because they're biting me through my shirt. So anyway, here is home for the night. Wow, the mosquitoes are so bad here. They're like all up in my tent. I'm still dressed. I'm having to do all my nightly routine stuff like inside here, and usually I do it on my little porch, but like, guys, that's nasty. I gotta clean this up. I'm not sure you could tell from the time lapse, but literally halfway through setting up my tent, I realized that I'm underneath like 3 widowmakers. And there's like 3 flat spots where people have been camping here, and there's like a widowmaker at every spot. So stupid. Do not do as I say, not as I do. Do not camp underneath widowmakers, which are basically dead trees, and you can tell they're dead because there's no foliage or anything all the way to the top. And you can tell there's already some that have fallen down. So usually they don't fall over unless it's heavy winds or a storm. So we're just gonna hope that that's not the case this evening because I'm too tired. But yeah, I'm gonna get cleaned up, get the rest of my little home set up, and then I need to make the lasagna because I don't want to carry it around with me for another 5 days, but like I'm not hungry at all. Well, thankfully I did not get crushed by any widowmakers last night. I think I saw somebody call it tree roulette. Yeah, I did eat my dinner and then I went to sleep, and I was just such a lazy bones this morning. Like, I just did not want to get up, and I kept sleeping until the sun crept into my tent. So the mosquitoes are not as bad this morning, but there's still a few flying around. So I'm gonna get moving, and I'm gonna fill up water here in about 2 miles. And then the goal for today and pretty much every day is at least 16 miles, which I think is doable. But we do have a couple of climbs today up to, I think, 12,000 feet, and then 11,500 or something like that on the next one. So it's like working my way up and then down and working my way up. So a little bit of climb. Alright, finally seeing some mountains again. The trail goes up, I believe, over that saddle and then comes down the other side. So not going up anything crazy, but probably another 400 feet or so to go. But these wildflowers are just unreal. I don't think it comes through on camera, but there's just so many of them and so many different colors and shapes. Beautiful. There's a little bit of a switchback, but that, ooh wee, goes straight up. Let's see what's on the other side. My favorite part of doing it up. Ooh, really pretty. much talking to the camera today because it's been just another day. I don't know, nothing super interesting, terrible, good going on. I'm 9 miles in, 3,000 feet of vertical gain. I'm looking down here and it looks like we're heading into like a big valley or something. I can start to see a road down below. I crested that, 11,500 feet, and I've basically just been, doing PUDs up and down in a general descent since then. Just been listening to audiobooks and podcasts and things like that. I lost one of my water bottles and I feel really terrible about it because that means my freaking plastic trash is somewhere out in the woods, but I have no idea where I lost it. And that's one of the things I don't like about this backpack is this water bottle pocket is not, like it's cut like this. So the stuff that's at the front, like if you bend over and you're not like remembering to hold on to everything, it can just fall out. It's super annoying. Whereas like these at the top, these have like little cinches that you can like cinch this stuff down to kind of hold it in. And I don't love the water bottle pockets, but I never have on this pack. So I'm starting to get hungry. It's about 3:30, so I'm trying to make it to the next water source before I have some food. But this is honestly the first time I haven't had bugs swarming me when I've sat down. So, but I don't know if I have enough water to have my lunch or dinner or whatever. I think I'm gonna do my biscuits and gravy because it sounds good. It's pretty, but nothing to write home about. Just another day on trail. This is pretty bad, y'all. I literally am covered from head to toe because the mosquitoes are so bad. I finally made it down to this little stream. I am having the biscuits and gravy. It is hitting, but it's not enjoyable at all. Like, I'm just sitting beside this road. Just trying to take a bite without getting a mosquito on my face. And I think I have another 4 or 5 miles to go this evening, so we'll see. Once I get to mile 4 from here, I'm going to start looking for camp, and wherever I find camp is where I'm going to stop, so kind of just depends. Yeah, I miss the desert. Well, that's what I've been hiking in for the last, I don't even know how long. It's kind of felt like all day, to be honest. And now I just passed 2 girls who said that there's no camping for another 5 miles. At least what they'd be comfortable with, so I don't know what that means, but it's getting dark. It's almost 8 o'clock. The trail is like worn in sandy bike path. And so it's kind of like walking between a V, like where you have to like put one foot in front of the other, like there's not enough room for both feet to walk side by side. So, and top it all off, there is almost 1,000-foot climb before I get to the next kind of like icon marker thing. So anyway, super fun way to end the day. I may or may not be night hiking for the first time on this trail. We'll see. I'm trying to go at least 16.3 because that's what I told myself I need to do mileage-wise per day. And man, this has felt like a very long day. Good morning, everybody. I did, I think, 17.5 miles last night. Probably another mile after I last talked to you guys. And I got to the top of this hill and set up in this another Widowmaker burn area. Yeah, I don't think I got in bed till close to 10 o'clock. It was a long day. And today's probably going to be another long day because I have an even higher climb today at another 1,000 feet, like 12,400, something like that. And y'all know it takes me forever to get up these climbs. There is only 50 miles to where I am going to try and hitch into Steamboat. I could do 25-mile days, so it would only take me, today and tomorrow, but I'm going to try and do another 16 or 17 today, but with this 12,000-foot climb, I don't know. Let's hope it's more entertaining than yesterday was, because yesterday was just like kind of blah, like I said, so let's get started. I'm tired of walking on this. I don't even know what it is, like shell, sandy bike path. It's so annoying. And of course, we're going straight up this morning. Well, I just made it down to the road, Highway 125. There's no cached water, and I don't feel like doing a bonus mile today, so we're gonna play a little water roulette. I've seen some comments that are about a week old saying that they're about 2 miles ahead. There's some snow melt. So let's all hope that there's still some of that there, because I have half of however much this water bottle is. Let's hope this is not a bad choice, but yeah, doing a bonus mile plus 20 minutes to, I just like don't have that time today, so otherwise I'll just die of dehydration. So I'm a little hormonal today, guys, so sorry for the last few days I've just felt a little blah, but I feel like it's hormones, and just some of the hiking has just been meh, so that doesn't help, but that's what's happening. So here we go, water roulette. My favorite walking surface. Nice soft dirt with some pine needles. Having to stop at this really cool campsite. There's like these ridges along these mountains. I'm feeling very lightheaded and dizzy. I have very little water left, so I don't think I had enough water yesterday. And so I'm sweating a lot. Letting my backpack dry over there. I just don't think I had enough electrolytes yesterday, so I definitely feel like I'm going to pass out when I'm walking, so I'm like, let's just sit down. And let's also hope there's still some snow melt in point 8. So far the trail's been good. It's been nice hiking. Just, up, which is fine. There's less mosquitoes on this side of the mountain because there's no water, so there's not as many of them as there was yesterday for sure. So that's been a welcome relief. So I'm gonna sit here and eat chomps and possibly this Lara bar for blood sugar. Just hope there's some water in my bed. Well, there's still a snow patch, but it is no longer trickling, so this will probably end up being like half a bottle by the time it melts, so I don't know. There's one last opportunity up the hill, so I'm like, should I just stop and sit here and melt snow, or do I just keep going and hope that there's still a trickle from more than 2 weeks ago? I don't know. Okay, well, I just decided to be safe, and I made myself an electrolyte slushy, and then I put some extra in here, and then I melted down some water for this, and then I filled up my Canuck bag or Seanock bag with as much snow as I could fit in there. So probably a liter and a half by the time it's all said and done. So that makes me feel a little bit better about doing this climb. And if there's more water down the road, great. But if not, I'm not gonna die. We're heading, I believe, up and over there. Well, I was wrong. We aren't going up there, unfortunately, which is where I thought we just were, like it was gonna be done. I have to go another 1,000 feet up there somewhere. Well, it just keeps going. I'm pretty sure I have to go over the top of this and up to that post up there, and then all the way down this ridge. Oh boy, it's raining. Well, we're getting there. Oh my gosh, it's like straight up. Apparently, if you are a Sobo, the climb up that way is the steepest climb on the CDT. And I think out of all 3 trails or something like that, that's what somebody wrote anyways, don't quote me. Crazy. I'm ready for a break. Well, I just came down from somewhere down there where the highway is. Oop. Where's the highway? There it is. Crazy. Of course, the clouds are starting to part as soon as I get up here. Now I get to go down that here in a minute, but I'm gonna take a fat break. I'm so glad I got water down there, or snow, because there's been no water. Somebody put their face on here. That's hilarious. Okay. Moved. Wow. Okay. Oklahoma. Cool. I don't know who that is, but assuming we're from the same place. Okay, well, we made it to the top at like 12,313 feet or something like that, which is crazy. The sun is coming out, which I'm not complaining about, so I don't have to sit in that creepy hut, but that bad weather is just what passed over me, so thankfully no thunder or lightning. So all is well. I'm gonna let my pack dry, my shirt dry, my shoes, and then it looks like I have maybe a liter that's melted, so that's exciting. I'm gonna filter that because I just drank it earlier pure and there was some dirt particles. So it was a little bit of a dirt slushy, but it was so cold and so good, and it literally fueled me up this climb because I would not have made it otherwise, going in that long without water. Oh boy, guys, I haven't looked, but I think it's around 7 or 8 miles to the campground, because I think I've only gone like 6 miles today. So anyway, we can do it. I'm just gonna sit here and relax and rest for a little bit and like give myself like a little bit of like woosah, you know what I mean? But it is gorgeous. Much better views now that the clouds are kind of clearing. So that all is where we came from. Mexico. Where we're going, and I assume Steamboat's somewhere over there because we're gonna end up in that flat stuff, I think, tomorrow. So the warming hut has been nice, but we gotta get going. This has been a long break, but feeling better, and got a little bit more water. And now we're going to go down, down, down. I just turned on my jams, y'all. And I wasn't come up on camera the way I'm filming, but we just descended that mug. Yes, we did. And a fun fact, these little flowers, a lady told me that I met a couple days ago, are called Old Men of the Mountain, and they're a super bloom. So they only bloom like really quickly, I guess, and only at certain times, but you can see it's already leaving us. But yeah, now I'm jamming the Spice Girls. We've got to go back up to the top of this thing and then a big, big down. So yeah, we're getting it. We're just glad we're not over there in those. Ay, ay, ay. Well, looks like there's another round of rain coming. And I'm still up here. It's just wild that I went all the way up that, all the way down that, all the way up that, and now we are coming down in switchbacks. Like, what? Dark clouds. I'm trying to get into tree line, but it's slow going. My knees they're burnt out today. And it's almost 5 o'clock and I am getting hungry. Well, I finally made it down to this water. 11.4 miles away from the last water, which is crazy. Like, it's so funny. Like, today's like the worst water day I've had, like, even in New Mexico. Like, yeah, I don't know if part of that's because I was also down. I'm down a bottle of water, like carrying capacity from losing it yesterday, which is my fault. But like, this is an incredible amount of elevation gain to not have any water sources available other than melting snow, which there's no telling how many rocks I ate, to be honest, because when I just filtered what was left in the bag, I'm like, seeing how many rocks are left in the bag, I'm like, oh my God.
My name's Teresa. I'm 44 years old. I live in Bedford, Virginia. Pretty day today. And I'm addicted to eating rocks.
Whatever. This water source was also very hard to collect from. It's just like really a trickle. It's super clear though. Probably didn't need to filter it, but I did. So I think it's more of a spring than it is snow melt. I just got done having pad thai and it was phenomenal. And I have one barbell tea, so I watched a YouTube video and used my precious battery just because it's just been one of these stints where it's been like a long time alone. So it's like nice to hear somebody else's voice, which I know is stupid, but here we are. I'm 11 miles in, and I think it's another 4 miles to where I'm going to stop tonight because it's already 6:30 and I can barely hike 2 miles an hour. I'm hiking slower than 2 miles an hour, to be honest, right now, so I'll get there on 8:30 or 9, just like last night. So that means that tomorrow, like, I have to get out of camp by like 5 a.m. and I have to do 20 miles tomorrow because that still would be a 16-mile day on Wednesday, and like, this has taken me all day to go 11 miles. So I mean, I know Wednesday will be a road walk, so I can go a little faster, but yeah, same old problems, like getting close to like when you need to be in town, and I have reservations and stuff, and then it's just such a balancing game between like, I was able to secure an Airbnb for 2 nights, and it's literally the same price that I paid, taxes and everything. It's the same price that I paid for 1 night in Grand Lake in a nasty hotel with terrible Wi-Fi. So it's like, in order to get that price and also to be there before a weekend when prices go up, like, I have to be there by Wednesday. So anyway, I'm just rambling. Today was a big climb. I'm trying not to be down on myself because this was a big climb for me, and I'm only a week back on trail, but it is inevitable that like the mileage starts to get to you, especially because I'm like watching, I don't know if any of you guys watch Liz Kidder. Her trail name's Handstand. She's doing the PCT. So I'm like watching her videos, and she had just crushed like 21 miles by 3 o'clock, which, given she did get up at 5 in the morning, but like that would take me till 9 p.m. Like, oh my gosh. So anyway. I'm packing up now to get all my stuff back together, and hoping I have enough water to get to the next water source tomorrow. So it's another day of not doing my miles. I'm a little over 13 miles, and I just read a far out comment that said that there's 82 blowdowns between here and the next campsite, and it's, of course, straight up. And I don't have it in me tonight, guys. I really don't. So I just did some route planning, and if I do 20 miles tomorrow, it's like almost 5,000 feet of ascent. And then I would have to do 17 on Wednesday, which is a huge day. I really want to make it to the road before 6 o'clock because I'm paying for an Airbnb starting at 4. Thank God on Wednesday there's only 600 feet of ascent, so it's mainly flat and a lot of road walking, so I can do it pretty quick, hopefully. Tomorrow's going to be rough though, so I'm going to get camp set up and I'm going to close out this video. This has been, I think, 3 days worth of footage. It's been okay. Colorado is tough for sure, so now I know why people say on the survey at the end of the year or at the end of their hike that Colorado was the hardest, and now I get it. So I'm gonna hurry and get camp set up so I can get to bed and get up early tomorrow, because I haven't been getting up the earliest these last few days because I've been letting my body rest and sleep, but now it's in go mode time. So thank you guys so much for being here, and I will catch you in the next one.